All right, here we go. So I still got a lot of the trees to put in, and then obviously they're in the center. That's the willow. So here we are back on a different day. Hey y'all, welcome back to the journey. So back out here doing the bridge thing. So yeah, I've gotten quite a few logs over here that I've been getting piled up. Nowhere near enough to be able to finish the bridge, trust me. But I'm at least gonna get started, because right now where I dragged the trees over to limb them up, Gladys is actually cutting grass, so you can probably hear her in the background. So I'm gonna go ahead and start attaching what I have. But before we get to that, I'm gonna show you how I've been getting these logs over to be able to limb them up and get them dragged around. Because yeah, we still don't got a tractor, still don't have a four-wheeler, but we do have a Jeep. Let's go check it out. One log at a time, and we're gonna have a bridge eventually. So I'm gonna continue working, but that's what I'm doing. All right, this is actually one of the bigger ones over here, which is what I want. I will come back for some of the smaller ones though. this one I have to get around that stump. Let's see if it'll pull it. Oop. There it goes. Might not have a tractor, but I got a Jeep. Alright, so what I've been using to attach these logs, and eventually I'm going to have enough in here to where they're all going to be touching. So it's going to be some bigger ones, some smaller ones, and whatnot, which I'm probably going to have to get a lot more of these, but I'm using the Timber Tight screws. No, we're not sponsored. I have some 6-inch for the bigger side, and then some 4-inch for the smaller side. And that log over there actually sits lower than this log. It's actually a little bit smaller too. So what I am doing is putting the bigger side of the top logs onto that side. I'm not really worried about the bridge being whole level. If needed later, I can always lift up this other side. I can throw a little bit of rocks under there. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw you guys a time lapse. Let's get some of these attached. And then I also have to get the saw, cut some down, because some of these that I have are really long. I should be able to use them twice, but let's go ahead and start attaching. I'm going to be working, more on the land side, and then I'm going to worry about where the water is later, because I don't have any waders, and I don't want to be standing in 2 feet of water. So, yeah. All right, let's get going. All right, so I think I'm pretty much done for today. So this is going to be, part 4. And I've already said from the very beginning, it's going to be a multi-part build. It's a lot involved. It's a lot of work. Doing it by hand. other than being able to, tow the trees with the Jeep. But other than that, I'm still hauling the logs around by hand. Right now it's just me and the kiddo. I don't know, she's back there with the dog. They're playing. And, a lot of times when Willow's locked up on her wire, she's not supposed to be over there playing with her, because Willow likes to trip you or wrap you up in the wire, and then she gets hurt. But I tell her all the time, leave her alone, leave her alone, leave her alone. And she doesn't, and then she gets that life lesson the hard way. You got 2 life lessons, the easy way or the hard way. Either listening to your parents, or you don't listen to your parents and do it your way, and then you F around and find out, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and check out this bridge really quick, see where I'm at, and then what are the plans moving forward. All right, here we go. So I still got a lot of the trees to put in, and then obviously they're in the center. That's the hardest part, because it's right over the water, and that water right now in the deepest part is probably about 2 feet, but water's not even running, because you can see all the rocks over here. This is just a seasonal creek that comes down off the ridge, but this area here always holds water. It will always hold water. There's another section a little further up that always holds water, and then the deep part over by the culverts that will always hold water no matter what. That's basically a little miniature pond. And then also some of these areas like that, but that's all deep. I mean, it gets into be 2-3 feet deep. So even though it's seasonal, it holds on to water for a long time. But I'm getting these on there, and then you can see I got a 2x6 sitting up there. That's kind of what I'm going to be doing. Which I'm going to have to come back with a saw and just knock down a couple of high points, kind of like here, like some of those knots. So I'm just going to flatten those out. But I'm going to come in with a center row of the 2x6s. I'll probably do 3 wide, which we're going to have to go buy some more. But I'm going to do a row of 3 wide, and then I'm going to come back in more towards the edges, and then do either single wide or double wide with that, just to be able to put here kind of towards the edge. But yeah, there we go. This area is here. I'm going to fill in with rock, right? I got some rock here. This is more for leveling this one, because this side does sit a little lower than the other. That's why I've been putting all the bigger sides of the trees on this side as it goes over. But then once it gets to the end, it's pretty flat. Not 100% level, but this corner here, I'll go ahead and I'll probably pick it up and put that one rock underneath it. It's kind of like a little cradle type rock, and then put some other rocks around it. But I do want to fill in kind of this area here with rock, just to help with, it not washing away anything, because this area, whenever it gets real heavy rain, this area does have water that comes into it. So I want to be able to protect this. Obviously, I have the T-post in. I'll probably hit those in even a little further down, and then I'm going to leave those in place. I'm just going to cut them off, because this bridge is temporary. It is not a permanent structure. But temporary as in being 1 to possibly 2 years before, we can get to doing the other bridge. So that's the plan. That's where we're sitting currently. I do have some more trees that I can pull and limb up and all those things without having to cut down any other trees. But I do need to cut down probably at least 5 to 6 more trees, just to be able to fill in some of the bigger gaps. And then just some of the little smaller branches that I have from the big trees that I felled. I'm going to take some of those, the thicker branches, to kind of fill in some of the gaps. But other than that, that's about it, until we can get the 2x6s to lay over the top. Or, I mean, I might even possibly reach out to some of the sawmills and just see if I can use some of the offcuts. You know, if I'm able to get some offcuts, I just put the round side down. You know, we'll put one with the round side up and then two next to it, you know, that way. But I'm going to need majority of those offcuts to be close to like the same thickness, right? So I'll just see. And it doesn't have to be cedar. It could be pine. It could be whatever, you know, for the runners. So I don't know. I'll reach out and just see what we can do and then go from there. But I definitely appreciate you guys for following the journey of this bridge build. And once I get it fully done, I'm going to grab all the videos and just make one video, basically a start to finish of the whole progress, minus the talking. And yeah, that's it. So we definitely appreciate y'all for joining the journey and following along. Share us out to your friends. Help us grow. Give us that thumbs up if you made this far. It's greatly appreciated. And last but not least, remember, always thank a veteran at every chance you get, not only on Veterans Day. We'll see you on the next one. Later, y'all.